And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again, another day committed to helping you win in any marketplace. Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by Platinum MVP Realty. And we want to help you win no matter what you're facing out there. That is our goal.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
Save our hotline number in your phone because at some point you're going to need it. 813-670-7372.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
Make sure you lock our phone number in your phone because at some point you may need it. 813-670-7372. And check out our website, consumerqb.com. Bookmark our website. I implore you to check it out, consumerqb.com. You can see links to all of our expert contributors. There's a contact form there that's going to come through directly through myself and our team. We're going to make sure we get back to you with any comments, questions, concerns. We had a lot of callers last week chiming in, finding out more about their financial situations, credit improvement, identity theft prevention, all types of ways that we can help you here with the Consumer Quarterback Show. Our number one goals are to educate, entertain, enlighten, and engage with you to help you live a better life, avoid a lot of the commission-based advice, and make you just a bit more street smart out there on the Consumer Quarterback Show. In studio today, attorney Jason Kobal, Kobal Law. Welcome back, sir.
Hey, Brandon, how are you?
Yeah, man. Good to see you. Last time, I think you were taking off to Vegas, I think it was. Yeah,
I got to see the big McGregor-Khabib battle.
Nice.
It wasn't much of a battle. Khabib kind of destroyed him.
He controlled that whole fight, didn't he?
He really did. He dominated. I think if they fought 100 times, he'd probably win 99 out of 100.
Wow.
It looked that dominant.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the craziness at the end was unexpected.
Yeah, that's right.
He jumped the
Who
cage
jumped
there.
the cage? Who was it?
Khabib was actually, I guess, he's getting harassed by one of McGregor's trainers. And they've had a little bit of a history, so he jumped the cage after him.
Wow.
That guy, I tell you, he looked legitimately angry, so it definitely wasn't just for show.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got a little nervous when he jumped the cage myself. I thought, oh, this is a little too real. But luckily we weren't that close.
Yeah.
But it was quite a night.
You're like, man, are we filming a reality TV show here or what?
Yeah. That's, uncalled for, but
Yeah, it was.
Crazy sport.
Well, that's cool, man. That was a good trip. Fun stuff.
Yeah, it was.
Joseph Warren in the house as well, CoCreativ. Welcome back, sir.
Hey, Brandon. Good to be here, man.
Yeah, buddy.
It was a pleasure to see you.
Likewise.
Today, we're going to be talking about how to be still in your business. Sometimes, I know for myself, I'm always a doer, always looking to take action. And sometimes, at a certain stage of our business, it's the very wrong thing to do. The right thing to do is just to stop, to be still, to get quiet, to meditate, to really weigh out your options before you move into action again. So we'll talk about that today. Yeah,
that's really good. I think that's one of the hardest things for entrepreneurs to do that are especially, wired with a certain, the high D, the driver type. It's very difficult. One of the most difficult things to do. I've even heard Tony Robbins talk about how, how he really, I think at one point he said he can't do it. He doesn't really, for him to be able to slow his mind down to get to that point, it's tough.
So the cool part is that I'm going through it right now, and I am that wired person.
Yeah.
I always have to be doing. So I'm going to share a little bit about what it's like for me today, going through that right now, and how I'm resisting it, and how I'm getting in the way of what needs to happen. So I'm going to get real and vulnerable, and I think that may open up some things for our listeners.
I like that, man. That's really cool. It's kind of like sharpening the saw. The two people that are sawing away on a tree, and the one guy stops and takes time to sharpen his saw, and he's, what are you doing? You're stopping. Why are you stopping? And then he ends up beating him, of course, the Stephen Covey famous book there, The 7 Habits. So yeah, sharpening the saw, it's a way that you can do that and slow it down and rely on your intuition, your connection to God. You're going to be able to find the answers that you're searching for much easier when you do take the time to slow down. It's an interesting stuff coming at you here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And of course, I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. I'm a top listing agent here in Tampa Bay, top 1% realtor in the United States. Real excited about our team at Platinum MVP Realty. Got a hot listing I just listed on the river in Riverview. This is 9303 Alice Lane. This is a gorgeous property. It's 0.83 acre property over in Riverview, 9303 Alice Lane in Riverview. just listed, waterfront. Bring your boat to this gorgeous 4-bedroom, 3-bath, estate-style pool home with a large boat dock situated on a 0.83-acre lot with bay access. This home has a lot to offer at $599,000. Beautiful property listing here in Tampa Bay. Pool home, privacy. You've got gorgeous oak trees out back. Just a great property for a family on 9303 Alice Lane in Riverview. Beautiful real estate property listing. 4613 South Matanzas Avenue in South Tampa, close to Bayshore. You literally walk over to Bayshore, bike over to Bayshore, and you've got those beautiful morning runs and just a great time to enjoy with the family at 4613 South Matanzas Avenue. 4 bedrooms, 3 full bath, got a half bath, 3,276 square feet, and a beautiful property here in Tampa Bay. A couple of hot listings from Platinum, MVPRealty.com. And we got to give a shout out to Bill Maher Beach Resort over on the beach, Treasure Island, Florida. They've got a beautiful hotel restaurant on site. You've got the Sloppy Joe's, 2 pools, got a 2-beer beach, got literally a 2-beer beach, huge beach to walk down to the water on the Gulf of Mexico there. Bill Maher Beach Resort, the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Check them out. Let them know that the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Take them up on special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you're a fan of the show, and catch some of those gorgeous sunsets overlooking the intercoastal waterways, the Gulf of Mexico, rather. Bill Maher Beach Resort, the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. And we got a special event coming up on December 6th. You want to save the date for this event. It's going to be a speed networking event, compliments of the Consumer Quarterback Show. The venue is phenomenal as well. It's over in Palm Harbor. It's Earthscape Garden. It's going to be in Palm Harbor, just off of 19, or alternate 19, and it's going to be the ultimate speed working event. It's an early holiday gift for your business, and come out and network with. We're going to expecting over 100 people there on December 6th. Speed networking event at an outdoor garden, just a gorgeous venue. Catered food from Amici's Catered Cuisine, the award-winning Amici's Catered Cuisine. Come out and network with us. Say hello to some of the radio show partners from the Consumer Quarterback Show. December 6th. Save the date. Speed networking event, Earthscape Garden in Palm Harbor. All right, we're back here in studio. We've got Jason Kobal in the house, attorney Jason Kobal, Kobal Law. And what are you seeing out there, man?
I got a couple tips today. Got 2 in workers' comp and 1 on Social Security disability.
Okay.
And 1 in workers' comp. It just happened to me, actually. I just had a big trial last week. And what my tip is if you have a workers' comp case, you likely have what's called a nurse practitioner. And that's the person who, comes to your appointments, make sure your appointments are coordinated, tells you when your next ones are and whatnot, kind of monitors your medical. Injured workers need to know that even though these people, they'll give you their card, and they're from a different company, and it doesn't look like they're in with the insurance company. They very much are. That's who pays them at the end of the day, and their whole goal is to get you back to work and minimize your medical care as much as possible to save the insurance company money. And I actually had a case last week that went to trial where I had a client who was a sweet older lady who was in a motor vehicle accident, was a traveling nurse, and she needed attendant care. And the doctor recommended attendant care for a limited amount of time, 6 weeks. After the first day of attendant care, this nurse practitioner who was supposedly my client thought was helping her, was actually calling the doctor, telling lies to the doctor. And actually the big trial was they got her attendant care shut off after a couple of days based on allegations that weren't even true. And so I had to take 10 depositions. I was able to prove that it wasn't true, the allegations. And just a nightmare situation. So watch what you say to everybody if you're in litigation in general, in particular workers' comp.
Wow. Yeah. Interesting story, Jason. You always have some good ones, man.
Yeah.
So you're working with a client, the nurse practitioner's going in there, and what was her motivation to try to do that?
I don't know. And, maybe, who knows what the motivation was behind the scenes, but, I mean.
And they're maybe not. Maybe just, hey, the average human being, ever 1 out of 50, 1 out of 100, you're going to come across some Looney Tunes out there.
Maybe trying to be a hero to her employer, who, again, at the end of the day, their bread is buttered by the insurance company that's who hires them. Definitely not out for the interest of my client, more so the interest of the insurance company, and that happens. And you can't even blame the doctor because they have their thing to do, and they hear these things, and they don't have the time to vet them and see what's true and what's not. So just to just watch your back.
Yeah, watch your
those-
back. Be careful who you're talking to. Be careful what you're saying. Be careful for video. I mean, everywhere you're being videoed today.
Yep, and trust your attorney, and hopefully you pick a good one.
Yeah.
And that's what they're for.
Yeah.
You have that special relationship. Everybody else, you got to watch your back.
Yeah, makes sense. Absolutely. So workers' comp, that's an interesting suit that you were involved with. And you're actually one of these attorneys that goes to trial if you have to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Another quick tip in workers' comp. Workers' comp is a voluntary settlement system. So that means the case doesn't end. It's not like a car accident where you go to trial, you go to before a jury, that ends your case. You go to trial on issues in workers' comp, but the case doesn't end until you settle, until you voluntarily settle. So if you're in a workers' comp case, make sure that you and your attorney are being aggressive and you're fighting the entire way. I had a case, took 9 years, and then finally settled recently. So
Wow.
Yeah, you never know in workers' comp. It's a voluntary settlement system. So you
Man,
gotta-
how does it take 9 years, Jason? How would that?
Well, because it's a voluntary settlement system, not to get in too much into the weeds here,
Yeah.
but the case I knew had a certain value, and it had a value of over $1 million, and they weren't offering that much. So I couldn't say yes. You know,
Right.
it wouldn't be in my client's interest to say yes. So until they offer what the case is worth, you just got to keep fighting.
Wow.
You can't settle. So yeah, workers' comp cases, now generally, the average case lasts a couple months.
Right.
But yeah, every now and then you get a big one with serious injuries that last years.
Yeah, and that's their strategy, is to wear you down.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
they definitely want to wear you down.
Interesting. All right, stay with us right here. Consumer Quarterback Show. Attorney Jason Kobal in the house. Coming up as well, Joseph Warren, CoCreativ Work Solutions, also Broken Catholic Podcast, First 100K Podcast. Stay with us right here. Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
Hey everybody, I'm Forbes Riley, celebrity TV fitness host and creator of The Spin Gym. I'm here today with Brandon Rhymes, and you're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show. Great ways to get happy, healthy, and wealthy.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes here, host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, owner of Platinum MVP Realty, and a top listing agent here in Tampa Bay. We are recruiting agents right now to our team. If you or someone you know is looking for a real estate career, we would love to talk to you. We got a lot of lead systems, a lot of CRMs, different ways we can help you grow your career. Of course, bringing you on our radio show would be one as well, helping you from a marketing standpoint, of course, and supporting your journey through your real estate career. ConsumerQB.com is our show website. ConsumerQB.com. You can see links to all of our expert contributors there at our website, and all their contact information's there. And we urge you to engage with us. This show's different in that regard. We want to help you win by connecting with you and helping you avoid a lot of the commission-based advice that's so prevalent in our community. So Brandon Rhymes here, owner of Platinum MVP Realty. I want to let you know about a hot listing on the beach, 1370 Gulf Boulevard, unit number 401. Bella Rosa condo on Sand Key, beachfront, right on the beach, 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,200 square feet. This is an end unit, so you've got a beautiful property on the end unit. You got gorgeous views, looking out all of the exposure, the southwest exposure there. Beautiful property listed at $1.149 million. A great listing of mine at Platinum MVP Realty. .com. 215 12th Avenue Northeast in St. Petersburg. Also another $1 million listing, $1.199 million. Beautiful property here. 4 bedrooms, 5-bath, commercial standard steel framing, insulated panels, commercial electrical wiring, and it's a SIPS panel property over at 215 12th Avenue Northeast in St. Pete. This is a great opportunity to buy a hurricane resistant, wind resistant, energy efficient property in the old northeast section of St. Petersburg. Beautiful property.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
And let's give a shout out to WholeBodyFuel.com. The official meal delivery service of the Consumer Quarterback Show is WholeBodyFuel.com. Check them out online. Let them know that the Consumer Quarterback sent you. Take them up on special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Chef Brian Adamo is a very highly skilled chef. Kevin on the team. They've got a great team over there as well. WholeBodyFuel.com. World famous protein donuts, organic veggies, natural proteins delivered fresh to your home or office. What else do you have in this world if you don't have your health? WholeBodyFuel.com. Check them out online. All right, we're back here in studio. Jason Kobal in the house. Attorney Jason Kobal. Joseph Warren as well. CoCreativ Workspace. I want to bring Joseph into the conversation now as well. So CoCreativ Workspace, you got a very unique opportunity for business owners to come out and get out of their home office, come and enjoy a nice workspace that's going to help them increase productivity, and also opens up a networking avenue for them as well.
Yes, Brandon. So I wanted to point out, I walked into your radio station here, and on the front cover of the Business Observer magazine, which is statewide magazine for Florida, it's all about co-working and how co-working is going from 1.0 to 2.0.
Yeah.
Right here in Florida. And there's so many new co-working spaces that are opening up here in Tampa. You have national brands coming in, where they have multiple chains and locations, and now they're seeing Tampa as this great opportunity to expand their brands into it. And that's fantastic, because as the water rises, so do all the ships.
Right.
So we're definitely seeing an upswell, I would say, for entrepreneurs here in Tampa Bay. And I think that's fantastic, because everybody's winning with that. I kind of sit back and reflect on over 5 years ago, when I was sitting with the concept of co-working, and I was researching outside of Tampa. Obviously, there was no such thing as co-working here at the time. And I saw this concept of co-working, shared office space, rentals, popping up all over the planet. And I said, you know what, why not Tampa?
Yeah.
Let's bring it here. I wanted it for myself with some of the businesses that I was involved in. And we ended up bringing that concept to Tampa Bay. We started with our first location in downtown St. Petersburg, and then we moved to South Tampa and officially opened in Hillsborough County. And then we scaled to a second location in downtown Tampa as well. And I look back on that at how we brought co-working to Tampa, and there was no players at the time, right? So we were
out. You were the OG. You were the first one.
We were the OG, right? So we had the not so glamorous opportunity of educating the marketplace.
Yes.
On what is co-working and bringing a concept to market. And if you're listening right now, and maybe you've done that in your industry, whatever your industry is, and you were the first to market, it's both a nice thing to have on your business card, so to speak, right? Look at me, you know, we brought this to my industry or whatever. But it's also, you take a lot of the arrows up front for the first few years. And then sometimes you'll have these national chains come in, swoop right in to the ground or the foundation that you built in the marketplace. And they have deeper pockets, they have investors, and they can literally come in, just plant their roots and scale really quick. And what I'm seeing is that's exactly what's happening here, is some of these national brands are coming in and they're buying up the little boutique co-working spaces, or they're shutting them down. Yeah. And the way they're shutting them down is because they have deeper pockets, they can lower their prices and get very competitive, and they don't have to turn a profit for years. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And that's the difference.
Same thing Amazon does on a bigger scale.
You got it, right? And the boutique mom and pop type co-working spaces like mine, we rely on our cash flow, right? So we can't go years without a profit.
Right.
Right. So I'm seeing this happening right now, and I'm open. I'm open to change and what's going on, and that's the business side of this conversation. Yeah. And I want to take the conversation to the faith side, right? Because I really stand for building faith into your business. Yep. And how does your faith tie in? Well, you know, for me, learning, as I open up the show, learning how to just be still and not move and not act as the market is shifting. And I have always been, like, a friend just texted me because, and I'll just read it verbatim. She texted me this morning because I wrote, I get that surrendering 100% control of my life to God is necessary. Yeah. But being still, waiting, and not taking action, that really, really sucks.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Just going through it, it does. So she replied, it sucks because that is the opposite of you. You are a man of action. You'd like to create, solve, fix, help, move, build. And while that is all absolutely fantastic and one of the many things that you're known for and that people love you for, you are getting in the way. You're getting in God's way. Yeah. God asks us all to die to ourselves, right? You're being taught how to do that. And it's counterintuitive and goes against everything your humanity actually wants right here in the moment. So yes, it sucks. Yes, it's extremely difficult. And yes, it's uncomfortable. And yes, you can still do it.
Nice.
With God, all things are possible. And that was really just uplifting for me to get that text, because as I'm in the middle of it, as I'm in the resistance, I want to do something. I was made for doing. Yeah. And sometimes the very thing to do is to be still and to do nothing. And that is the most difficult thing when you are wired like you are and like I am. And you are a person of action. And to sit and surrender and die to yourself, the humanity, the wiring that's already in there, the circuitry, and do nothing and just trusting God. And especially if you see things falling around you, and you naturally want to go and lift them back up and salvage it so that it doesn't get worse, it sucks. It just really, really sucks. So I am personally in that place, and I just want to share that transparency and vulnerability with you, because I know as a listener, maybe you're wrestling with that right now and you feel you're all alone. And I think it takes one person sometimes just to look you in the eye and say, hey, I'm going through it too. For you to really get you're not alone.
Yeah, that really resonates. I think that's a challenge for people, and it's part of the journey of life. You know, the 40s, the 50s, way different than the teens and the 20s and 30s. You know, and I think the more that you can attach to that, and it's going to come with time. I think maturity, it happens, and the more that you have what Covey called, or was it Wayne Dyer? He talked about having a mind that's attached to nothing and open to everything. You know, to really just be able to absorb in and take different opinions and different ideas. But that's really cool, man. I like that. That was a long text message, by the way. Bro. That was a good text message. That was whoever gave that to you.
Brilliant?
That was deep. Yeah.
That's exactly what I needed to hear, right? Because none of us can go it alone. Right. So it's important to have that support structure around us.
Sure.
People to encourage us when we're down.
Yeah. Absolutely. My wife and I just went to New York last month and went to a goal setting workshop, and it was called Kriya Shakti. And it was really interesting because she's into pranic healing, but it was really deep. I can't explain it in the minute that we have left in this segment, but it was really cool because it talks about a lot of what you just said, getting silent, the meditation, and then they have prosperity, different prosperity, not chance, but I'm trying to think of the word that you would say, but yeah. So then you literally you envision that goal, and then you breathe life into that goal with your energy, and then you send it to the north because that's where the prosperity energy come from. It's this whole deep
like
thing.
a mantra.
It's a mantra, exactly. Yeah, you have this
I
mantra.
believe it comes from the north too. Mine is just very vertical.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, God Himself.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool, man, to have these different understandings and the ways that you can program your subconscious mind. That's a big part of it, too, programming the subconscious mind, staying focused on your goals, developing that mantra as well. So good stuff. Joseph Warren, CoCreativ Work Solutions, Broken Catholic Podcast, First 100K Podcast, attorney Jason Kobal, Kobal Law here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Stay with us. When we come back, we have our feel-good story of the day, an interesting feel-good story. Customers buy out donut shop early every day so owner can be with ailing wife. Find out more about that and more from our expert contributors here. Follow us online at Brandon Rhymes1 on Instagram, at Brandon Rhymes1 on Twitter, and Consumer Quarterback Show on Facebook. We'll see you right after this short break.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
Hi, my name is Joe Stalteri. I'm one of the owners of Complete Care Systems. At Complete Care Systems, we do carpet cleaning, upholstery cleaning, tile and grout cleaning, tile and grout sealing, wood floor and laminate floor deep cleaning, as well as stripping and waxing of linoleum and vinyl floors, and a whole lot more. We also run daily deals and special, which you can find at CompleteCareSystems.com, or simply call Tricia up at 727-364-5158, and she'll answer all your questions and give you over the phone free estimates. Or she'll send me out to your home or office to give you an on-site free estimate. At Complete Care Systems, we don't cut corners, we clean them.
Listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here. I'm your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show and owner of Platinum MVP Realty, published author and professional speaker. Check out our book on Amazon, Become the MVP in Your Industry by Surfing the Radio Waves. We'd love for you to check out a copy of that and check it out. We'd love to get your feedback on it. Part of our prequel to our business with Ken Shamrock, the Ultimate Fighting Champion Business Growth Celebrity Academy. So bgca.co is the website for that. Ways that you can grow your celebrity, grow your business through harnessing the power of the media, bgca.co. And we're back here in studio. We got Jason Kobal in the house, attorney Jason Kobal, that is. Joseph Warren as well, CoCreativ Workspace here in studio. Coming up, we have our feel-good story of the day. Interesting story about customers buying out a donut shop early so that the owner can be with the ailing wife. Really cool how the community comes together on that story. And I got a hot listing here in Hudson. I want to let you know about this property on a Vet Drive, 65260 Vet Drive in Hudson. This is Hudson Beach Estates, 3 bedrooms, 4 bath, $587,000 short sale. So we just need an offer somewhat close to list price here to get this property started. It's a gorgeous property. It's got aluminum metal roof here, 3 stories with all views of the Gulf of Mexico, custom built home, built to Miami-Dade Hurricane Standard Code. So this is a property that's in gorgeous condition. Owner took real good care of it. It's on a canal with bay access in Hudson. $580,000. Just a great opportunity for you. 103 South Havana Avenue in South Tampa. 5 bedrooms, 3 bath. This is a perfect Airbnb rental. The owner is making a good amount of money. Or if it's a family that wants to live here, you got the Plant High School, Mitchell-Wilson District, one of the most sought-after school zones in the area. Properties listed at $516,000, just reduced. 103 South Havana, beautiful property here in gorgeous Tampa Bay.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
Curry Leaves Restaurant, the official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Curry Leaves Restaurant, Indian and Thai cuisine on Kennedy Boulevard over in South Tampa, just across the street from the Intercontinental Hotel. Curry Leaves Restaurant, Indian cuisine. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Take them up on special offers just by mentioning you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show, and say hello to Saji and his team. They do a great job over there at Curry Leaves Restaurant, the official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, let's jump right back into it. So attorney Jason Kobal here, we were talking about workers' comp and some the voluntary settlement systems, but you also have some tips for disability.
Yeah. Social Security disability is tough these days because everyone knows that the system is running out of money, Social Security in general. So they're definitely a little bit tougher on people compared to years past. However, I'll give you a little tip today that sometimes I give you tips that attorneys don't appreciate, but this will be one of those. Attorneys' fees for Social Security disability, they're 25% of the back pay, capped at $6,000. And the back pay, it starts, you have your onset date when you became disabled, then there's a 5-month waiting period. So it starts after that 5-month waiting period until the time you win. So it's in your attorney's best interest, believe it or not, if it takes a long time for you to be approved. Sorry, attorneys. But so there's a mechanism in the law that not everybody knows about. If you are waiting for a hearing in Social Security disability, you could ask them to do a review without a hearing if you feel real confident. And there's a lot of people out there that deserve it, and they have to wait till they get to the hearing, just because the first 2 denials, there's no accountability. You can't appeal it to a higher court or anything like that. They're just in-house decisions. Ask your representative, or if you're representing yourself, ask for a review without a hearing, and it doesn't hurt you at all. If they say no, you still get your hearing, but you may be able to win without having to wait 2.5 years for the hearing, because that's how long it's taken these days.
Wow, that's interesting, man.
Yeah.
So a review, who's doing the review?
It's actually an attorney in the local office, in the local hearing office. So if you did in Tampa, they have a staff of attorneys at the Tampa office who would do it. So not the judge, but an attorney within that office.
Yeah, so he has the authority to say, okay, this is a clear cut, boom, you don't need to wait.
That's it. Yeah, and now that limits, that could shorten the amount of back pay.
Right.
But so the idea is to get it approved as quickly as possible, especially the people that deserve it.
Yeah, these folks are waiting on disability money that they paid in. All Americans have paid in.
Yep.
That are paying taxes, obviously.
And a lot of people can't make that, the wait, the 2.5 years. It's hard with no money coming in. They just can't do it, and then they give up. That's kind of what the system's counting on. So just a little nugget.
That's so sad. Yep. So how do you see most people getting on Social Security disability? You know, they're aging, they're getting to that point. But are some of these just injuries that have happened on the job?
Yeah, that's where I get most of mine. Because, I do workers' comp. And the more serious ones, like, you get somebody, they did construction all their life, they fall off a ladder in their 50s, and that's probably the last job they're going to have, because it's a little difficult to recover from a serious back injury, say.
Right.
And usually I wrap up the comp case, and then we go right for disability right after that. If that's the situation. Now, hopefully they get better and they get the treatment they need and they can go back to work, but sometimes that's not possible.
Right. Yeah, ideally people want to work. They want to get back to work for the most part, but, there's situations where, there's always... What I've found is that, sometimes, you're going through a divorce, you're going through different situations in your life, you have that trusted advisor, but then sometimes you end up arguing with your trusted advisor, right. And then you have to, it turns into a whole, mix-up.
And what's the point?
Right.
Right. Absolutely. But yeah, and then, you could also get on it and get off it. Like, great if you get better and you feel like you're able to work, great, and get off it. But that is an option available if you have the injuries.
Yeah.
Restrictions.
If you just joined us, I'm your host, Brandon Bryans. We're talking with attorney Jason Kobal, local attorney here in Tampa Bay, Kobal Law. And in the past shows as well, we've talked about situations where there's inherent things built into the system. You had talked about, the doctors working with the is it the attorneys or the healthcare practitioners?
Yeah,
that they're working with,
or the insurance company,
or
and
the
workers'
insurance.
comp, right?
That's it. Yeah, right. The insurance companies.
But in Social Security disability, the key really is the restrictions. You could have the worst injuries in the world or the worst, condition in the world, but if the medical records don't say how it limits you functionally,
right.
You're not going to win, because that's what they use as the evidence to prove through vocational testimony that you can't work anymore.
Right.
So if you don't have it in the medical records, you might want to get them to fill out a form about your restrictions, your limitations.
Yeah, that makes sense. So find out, what the restrictions are. Do you see people more these days using the animals, using animals to help them get over some of their disabilities? Have you seen that?
Yeah, actually, all different types too. It's amazing. Just the other day, it was like a pig was one.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, just random a lizard, not just your normal dog situation. So yeah, you actually see a lot of that. That's cool.
And
animals
like
are great.
What do they call it? Like a I forgot the term. That
I forget
use
comfort. I forget the term too.
Yeah, some type of a stress reliever for the folks to be able to have that.
Yep. And I heard there's limitations now on which ones you could bring on planes. But I forget what the heck it is, but I believe there's a limitation on that. But yeah, that's really neat.
Yeah, it is.
I have seen more of that years past.
Yeah, that's interesting. So, Jason Kobal, you're helping our listeners, our viewers of our TV show on workers' comp issues, Social Security disability. Is that your bread and butter there?
And then personal injury, of course, car accidents.
Personal injury, yeah.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah. Personal injury is one of those things too. There, a lot of times people don't understand that they have rights in certain venues. The bar fight that spills out into the parking lot. I mean, there's all these different scenarios that come into play.
Absolutely. I mean, you could just be eating in a restaurant and the ceiling falls and there's flooding upstairs and some tile falls on your head.
Wow.
That's a case.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any kind of injury, definitely talk to an attorney if you feel someone else may have been at fault.
Yeah. What's an interesting scenario or success stories or just interesting stories that you've seen in that place, just to kind of get our wheels turning?
Oh, well, I think I may have shared this one. I forget, maybe I haven't, but I had a car accident case on the job. And so I represented the person for workers' comp. And there was at first she had another attorney for the car accident. And there was only $10,000 in bodily injury. The attorney settled it, said that's the end of the case, and he didn't look into whether or not the employer had for this person, and that is uninsured motorist when the BI is not enough. And, that's something that we all could get on our own car insurance, but sometimes your company will cover you, certain employees.
Right.
And there was $1 million policy.
Wow.
That I was able to discover that the other attorney didn't.
Wow.
And there was $1 million of coverage that had that never been looked into, my client would have never known.
Wow.
So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's really good on your part of, just digging in, finding out more detail.
That's it. That's it.
Knowing to look.
Yep. Because there's different areas of the law. I mean, workers' comp, that's you get medical care, lost wages. That's it. You don't get any pain and suffering. So that's where car accident cases, civil liability, you get pain and suffering, mental anguish, you get all the things that you don't get in workers' comp. So you could have a combo case where you have both like that.
Interesting. Okay. Well, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Attorney Jason Kobal, highly respected attorney here in Tampa Bay, always dropping nuggets of advice for us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We appreciate that. And more from our expert contributors after this short break. We got Joseph Warren coming up as well, CoCreativ. We're going to jump into our lightning round, and we have our feel-good story of the day and our Tell Me Something Good. Customers buy out donut shop early every day so the owner can be with his ailing wife. Stay with us right here. Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by Platinum MVP Realty. Check out PlatinumMVPRealty.com for all your real estate needs. Buying, selling, or investing, we would love to talk to you. We've got a great buyer agent team that can specifically set up searches and criteria based on what your needs are. And of course, on the listing side, we got a great team of listing agents as well. I'm a top listing agent here in Tampa Bay, featured in Florida Realtor Magazine multiple times, Top Agent Magazine, top 1% realtor in the United States. So we're really excited about a lot of the growth around the company and a lot of things happening here in Tampa Bay. And hot listing in Valrico, 5506 Dallas Way. This property is in the River Hills Country Club. It's a gated community, pool home, corner lot, 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, $540,000, listed at $540,000, 3,500 square feet, and it's a one-owner home that is sure to impress here in gorgeous Tampa Bay. Got an airport for sale up in Dade City. Anybody looking for an airport? 20151 Powerline Road in Dade City, 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, $250,000 for this parcel with 10 acres, single family home on it. The additional 15 acres next door is also $250,000. And that has it's a landing strip. It's an actual airport. So the state, the city, they're not giving out many more of those approvals for an airport. So this property is listed at $250,000, and it's a great opportunity for that person that has a need to fly their Cessnas or their planes in there next to their home. Beautiful property. Dade City, great place, another beautiful area in Tampa Bay. All right, so we got Joseph Warren. Going back to Joseph Warren now, CoCreativ Workspace Solutions, and he's got a 3-step formula for success. Or
you
3-step
could call
formula.
it that. 3 steps to take when you don't know what step to take next.
Okay, I like that.
Yep. So 3 steps to take when you don't know what step to take next. So step 1, spend an hour a day in quiet with God, and really just sit there and meditate, as Brandon said, and just get quiet and sharpen the sword or sharpen the saw, right? And just take the time. And I get to do that every single morning with my daily holy hour.
Nice.
I do that Facebook Live at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that has been, I would say, the thing I look forward to most every single day as I'm going through this storm right now, is just spending that hour just in silence. I do it, I get out in front of the sunrise on the water,
nice.
Which is just beautiful, and to really just put everything into perspective, right? So that's the first thing. Spend 1 hour a day in quiet with God. The next step to take, step 2, is look up to your Heavenly Father and say, Father, what are you trying to teach me right now? And that's such a great question to ask. You know, Father, what are you trying to teach me right now?
I like that.
And the specific words, trying to teach me, right? Because I am resisting. I am not listening. I am a stubborn child, right? Just like a kid, and you're the dad, and that little child's running around just getting into trouble and stuff, and you're like, hey, I'm trying to teach you something.
Right.
Like, sit still, right?
Yeah.
And just like a kid, we want to move. We want to always be active and about doing something. So sometimes our Heavenly Father just kind of treats us like a child and says, be still. Step 3 is to be still, right? Sit, listen, and trust in God's plan for you. And that's the most difficult part, as we spoke about earlier. Is just to sit there and to believe that God does love you and that God does have a plan for you. God has a plan for your business, and you have to keep him in your business, right? And not just go out and just pursue all those earthly goodies. I've had all those earthly goodies. I was the most miserable, depressed, suicidal person at those moments of my life when I had everything that the world promised I wanted. And then I'll just end with a warning. Don't take action until you confirm that action is what God wants you to do, right? So don't take an action when you're sitting there quietly and your humanity wants you to move and take an action. Confirm that that's the direction God wants you to move in before you act. And I know sometimes we say, well, it's good to take action. You don't want to just sit there and do nothing. Sometimes you do want to just sit there and do nothing. And literally say, God, I'm not moving, I'm not getting up until you make it clear as day I need to get up. Like, confirm it in 3 different directions from 3 different people. Until I get those 3 confirmations, I'm not moving. Because I literally want to do your will and not mine. Because every time I do mine, I get into trouble and I make a mess.
Interesting. So 7:30 in the morning, you're hosting a Facebook Live, is that right? Did I hear that correctly?
That is correct. So
Yep.
if anybody wants virtual accountability, and you want to spend quiet time and meditate like Brandon was saying, and worship your God and spend time with him, or just even just quiet your mind and just do that meditation and center yourself for the day. I host that every single morning on Facebook. So just go to Facebook search and put in Daily Holy Hour on Facebook, Daily Holy Hour, and it will come right up. And just go ahead and click join, and I'll approve you and let you in. We're up to, we've been doing it just under, it'll be 79 days. Tomorrow will be day 80. And we have 798 members in the group right now and growing.
That's really cool, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. In
Are
a
you in
short period of time.
silence, or are you talking?
Yeah, great question. So I start you out with a Bible verse for the day. I call it a Bible box. You open up the present that God has for you and you dig into it, and then get quiet with the Lord and just ask him, what do you want to tell me about what I'm reading right here, about me and my life? And God always has something for you that he's going to tell you about right there in your life. And then we get quiet for about 50 minutes, because it takes the human mind, scientifically, 50 to 55 minutes to get quiet. and drown out all the noise. So just so you know, it's normal. If you have trouble quieting your mind, it literally takes the human mind 50 minutes minimum.
Wow.
Okay, so that's why it's a 1 hour. And then I come back on at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time sharp, and I close you out with a message for the day. And that will normally last for 10 minutes, sometimes 15. If it's a really good message, I answer any questions that you have about what you're struggling with. So it's free spiritual coaching every single day, 7 days a week.
Cool, man. Yeah, that's awesome. Good job. Thanks for doing that. That's, I think that's needed. It's definitely needed, and it's evident by 79 days, 780 something people signing up already. Yeah, that's really cool, and it's a good way to start your day, man. You start your day off on that right note. Now you're setting the momentum for the day. You've in your mind, you've mentally accomplished something at that point.
Absolutely. Let me just add this one thing, because some people ask me often, well, Joseph, I'm not a Christian or I'm not a believer. Can I do the daily holy hour? And I'm like, absolutely you can.
Mm-hmm.
God will meet you exactly where you are in your faith journey.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly where you are. If you don't believe in him, totally fine. Come on in.
Yep.
I will give you different questions to ask, but all you have to come in is with a desire for knowing the truth.
Right.
If you're open to knowing the truth, I'll give you the questions for you to get the truth that you're searching for. So if you don't believe in God, but you do want to believe because you think, all these Christians, they seem to have a better time or something like that, I'll give you the questions to get started with. And people have had conversions already, in this daily holy hour. It's been
nice.
Awesome. People have felt God's love for the first time in their life.
Wow.
Right? Where they never felt it before. It was always in the head, their faith. So if you want some of these things and you want to let go of all the pain and the struggle, that's what we do in the daily holy hour.
I like that. Joseph Warren, CoCreativ Work Solutions. He's got his podcast as well, Broken Catholic Podcast. He's got the first 100K podcast as well, and entrepreneur here in Tampa Bay. All right, let's jump into our feel-good story of the day.
Tell me something good.
Customers buy out donut shop early every day so the owner can be with ailing wife. Customers are buying donuts by the dozen to help owner close up early and leave spending time with his ailing wife. John Chahan and his wife Stella have been greeting customers at Donut City in Seal Beach, California every day for the last 30 years. But last month, Stella suffered a brain aneurysm and she's recovering in a nursing facility. John rushes home every day to be with her so as soon as the shop sells out of donuts. The community initially offered to set up a GoFundMe account for the couple, but John declined the offer, saying he simply wants to spend more time with his wife. So customers endeavored to help Donut City sell out every day so he can return to the rehabilitation center where she's recovering. They're asking for everybody buying donuts to buy a dozen at a time.
That's great.
Pretty cool story right there. Communities really come together, and whenever we talk about this feel-good segment that we do, we talk about, it's against the nonsense in the mainstream media because they're always saying, division. "Oh, we're a nation divided," and they want to split us up. But really, it's not. When you have when you guys have a one-on-one conversation, Joseph, you talked about it with the things you're doing on a spiritual level. When I have one-on-one conversations or meeting a client, doesn't matter the religion, the creed, the color of skin. I have quality conversations with almost everybody I meet. I've never had just a straight up argument with the person the first time I meet somebody.
Right.
It's like we're not that divided as the country, as they seem to make us think that we are.
Right.
That's right.
And it's just so perpetuating the negativity. I think they want people to be doing that, especially these election years. So I'm glad this one's almost over. It is over. But all right, cool. So good stuff. Hey, follow us online. We'd love to connect with you and connect it with some of our parties. We got great monthly events that we're doing. Brandon Rhymes went on Instagram and Twitter. We'd love to follow and coordinate with you online. But December 6th, we got a really cool event coming up. Save the date, December 6th. It's a speed networking event. So if you have a business, if you're an entrepreneur, speed networking, this is an opportunity for you to meet a lot of people at a really cool venue. We got a great venue, Earthscape Garden over in Palm Harbor. It's just off of Alt 19 over in Palm Harbor. Gorgeous facility, really cool place to have an event. We're going to have catered food from Amici's Catered Cuisine. And of course, this is free. This is a free event that we're putting on, compliments of the Consumer Quarterback Show powered by Platinum MVP Realty. December 6th, speed networking event. Earthscape Garden in Palm Harbor, just off of 19, alternate 19, that is. Come out and hang out with us. We'd love to connect with you and introduce you to some of our radio show partners. A lot of our expert contributors will be there. And we've got attorney Jason Kobal here. Thanks so much for coming in. We really appreciate you, man.
Always a pleasure.
And Joseph Warren as well. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Brandon. God bless you all.
Hey, thank you as well. And thanks to our listeners, our viewers out there. Please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Pack up some food or clothing. Hand it to that person that you see in need. Be a force for good in the community. Do something kind for one another. And if you don't have money or things to donate, you can volunteer your time. It's always easy to volunteer your time and go out there and be a force for good in the community. Continue to tune into our show. We love you. And ConsumerQB.com is our website. We'll see you next time.
All right.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at ConsumerQB.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show, weekday afternoons at 5 on AM 1380. The Biz.
Are you a real estate agent looking to take your business to the next level and supercharge your marketing? Hi, I'm Brandon Rhymes, owner of Platinum MVP Realty and host of the Real Estate Quarterback Show, syndicated radio and TV show talk program on iHeartRadio, 102.5 The Bone, daily 5 o'clock drive time on 1380 The Biz, and our TV show is on WeBeam TV. We're looking for real estate agents that want to join our team and supercharge their marketing utilizing some of our innovative strategies. We utilize the Real Geeks platform, Facebook marketing, internet marketing, and a lot of the traditional methods as well. Postcard mailers mailed for you, postage, signage, business cards, all paid for by the company. Aggressive real estate splits and ways to help you win in any marketplace. We need you to go out, take applications, and work our plethora of leads that we're generating on a daily basis. Reach out by clicking the form below, and we'd love to have a confidential interview with you.